Hello! Today we're going to talk about Brazilian landscapes. So please, open your CLIL book on the page 60. CLIL book on the page 60. What is a landscape? What is it? If you Google beautiful landscapes, you're gonna see a lot of picture of beautiful places in the city. Like in Brazil, we have a lot of beautiful landscapes in Rio de Janeiro, in São Paulo, in Salvador, a lot of different places. If you go to Canada, you have a lot of beautiful landscapes in Toronto, Vancouver. If you go to Europe, you have a lot of beautiful landscapes in Paris, Madrid, Venice. So landscape can be a cultural or a natural thing that you admire when you see. Okay? So we're gonna talk a little bit about that on the text. Let's go. In this text, we can see two pictures. Picture number 1 is a landscape. Véu da Noiva waterfall in Chapada dos Guimarães. Picture number 2, it is the Lacerda lift in Salvador, Bahia. Think a little bit. We have a waterfall and a lift, elevator, a lift. Which one is natural? Which one is cultural? Like the waterfall. Is it natural or cultural? Natural. And the lift, it is cultural. Okay? So let's read the text together. Then we're gonna discuss about that. Okay? Let's go. Brazil is a big and diverse country. It has different kinds of landscape. Some of them are natural and others are cultural. Natural landscapes are preserved in their original form with trees, rivers, waterfalls, and etc. We can find this kind of landscape in Brazil in places like Amazonia and Pantanal. Natural landscapes, okay? Cultural landscapes were modified by the human action. These include cities, roads, buildings, fences. Any Brazilian city is an example of this kind of landscape. Okay? So this is pretty basic. Natural. Look the name, natural. Natural landscape is a place that the man didn't change. The man didn't modify. And cultural landscape is the place that the man changed it, like put a street or an avenue, a road, build a statue or something. Okay, natural landscape like Amazonia, Pantanal, and cultural landscape like Christ the Redeemer in Rio de Janeiro. The Statue of Liberty in New York, and the Eiffel Tower in Paris. So this is cultural because the man changed it, the man built it. Okay? Let's go. On the same page, we have exercise number 2, and you have to write natural or cultural. So you have to look at the pictures A, B, C, and D. All these pictures are Brazilian landscapes. But we have natural landscapes and we have cultural landscapes. So in this exercise, you have to write natural landscape or cultural landscape. So Amazonas River, is it natural or cultural? We have to write. The bridge over the Paraná Lake in Brasília, natural or cultural? Lençóis Maranhenses, National Park in Maranhão, natural or cultural? Ipanema Beach, natural or cultural? Remember, natural are preserved and cultural, the man modify. Even if it's a little thing, if it has been modified, it's not natural anymore, okay? If there is a road, if there is a sidewalk, anything is not natural anymore, right? Então, queridos, nessa página nós discutimos paisagens, landscapes naturais e culturais. Aquilo que é preservado é natural. Aquilo que o homem fez qualquer modificação, grande ou pequena, construiu uma calçada, colocou uma rua, uma rodovia, uma ponte, fez qualquer modificação na paisagem, já se torna cultural. Então, no Brasil, a gente tem os dois, e é isso que está tratando o texto. E no exercício 2, vocês têm que escrever a natural landscape para a paisagem que for natural and cultural landscape para a paisagem que for cultural. Não esqueçam de circular as palavras novas, pesquisar seus significados, tudo que eu falo para fazer antes de ver o vídeo. Então, se você está vendo o vídeo, espero que já tenha terminado a atividade que eu pedi anteriormente, que é circular as palavras novas, pesquisar os significados e anotar. E estudar, para não esquecer. Let's go! Now, go to the page 61, please. On the page 61, we have Rio de Janeiro city, right? Look at the picture. What can you see in the picture? In the picture, we have a very famous touristic attraction in Rio de Janeiro. They call in English the Sugar Loaf, but it's very famous as their original name. Its original name, Pão de Açúcar. Okay? So let's go. Let's check. Nature in Rio de Janeiro is beautiful, and so are the cultural influences of the human constructions. It is a good place to find examples of both natural and cultural landscapes. Rio has mountains, waterfalls, and islands, but it also has buildings underground, Copacabana sidewalk, Rodrigo de Freitas Lagoon, and etc. So, you have to look in the text, the extracts, the word, and separate in Rio de Janeiro what is natural and what is cultural. Like this. Mountain, is it natural or cultural? If you think it's natural, you have to put in the correct column. Mountain, natural. If you think it's cultural, you have to put in the right side. Mountain, it's cultural. So we have to analyze this information, okay? And on the page, on the second part, we have a communication frame. What is your favorite landscape? My favorite landscape is the waterfall. Is it natural or cultural? It's natural because it's in its original form. So now I ask you, what is your favorite landscape? So you have to think and you have to answer me in the comments in Google Classroom, okay? Teacher, my favorite landscape is tanana. And you have to say, is it natural or is it cultural? Teacher, it is cultural. No, it is natural, okay? So talk to me in the Google Classroom comments. I'll be waiting for you, right? Let's go. And exercise number 2, we're gonna do when you come back, because we have to do that in groups. We can make a work team, ok? Let's go. Então, nessa página nós temos o seguinte, temos um texto falando sobre o Rio de Janeiro, que é uma cidade que une tanto paisagens culturais quanto paisagens naturais. Embora seja uma cidade muito grande e muito populosa, ainda tem uma preservação belíssima, né? De montanhas, riachos, etc. Então você vai ter que separar, após a leitura do texto, o que é natural, o que é cultural, certo? No exercício 2, embaixo do exercício 1, no Communication Frame, é um diálogo em que os colegas estão discutindo qual que é a sua paisagem favorita. Então você vai escrever, para mim, nos comentários do Google Classroom, abaixo das instruções da aula, qual que é a sua paisagem favorita. Minha paisagem favorita é essa, só que em inglês, né? My favorite landscape, it is... Tarará, tarará. It is a natural landscape or a cultural landscape. Por exemplo, my favorite landscape is the Niagara Falls in Toronto, in Canada. It is natural, a natural landscape. Okay? Or my favorite landscape, it is the Opera House in Sydney, Australia. This is a cultural landscape. Okay? So you have to think, write on the Google Classroom and in your notebook. Então você vai escrever no Google Classroom e no seu caderno, tá? Sobre a sua paisagem favorita. Ok? E o exercício 2 é para a gente fazer quando nós retornarmos. Vamos fazer em grupo e etc. Ok? Então não deixa de circular as palavras, fazer os exercícios e escrever os comentários. Não é no YouTube os comentários, aqui eu não vou ver. É lá no Google Classroom, lá na sua turma. Acha na sua turma, na aba dessa aula e coloca lá para eu ver, tá bom? Esse mesmo comentário você tem que fazer no caderno. Então coloca a data, coloca o nome do livro, a página do livro, o exercício e escreve qual que é a sua paisagem favorita, ok? Let's go. Well, so the next page is going to be for the next class, okay? So we finished, guys, for today. See you next class. Bye.